Hey, cheers, everyone. I think we all need a drink after that, don't we? Hearing about all this Radcliffe news. Oh my God. I'll tell you, it's just getting bloody worse, isn't it? It's getting worse. I bet this Prosecco, hang on. Cheers, anyway. I'm just going to watch all the live entertainment in a bit. Just put my drink on there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm listening to the Spaces at the moment. Thought I'd do a little video anyway. Um, yeah, it's not. I don't know. It's news, isn't it? Obviously, we've heard it all before, and I'm a bit like, oh, well, we'll see what happens. It's nothing. We don't really know what's going to happen. It's looking not good at the moment, isn't it? We're hearing lots of things about it's going to be soon, but I think we'll wait and see what actually happens. We'll see if it actually does happen. And look, at the end of the day, if the Radcliffe 25% deal goes through, I hate it. I don't like it. I'm not going to sit here and be fake and say that, oh, I'm going to get behind it. I'm going to be enthusiastic about it. It's going to be okay. I'm not going to do any of that. Do you know what I mean? Because we've been here before. It's all PR. The Glaziers will still be here at the end of the day. That's a fact. So it's a case of I'm not going to sit here and just pretend that everything's going to be okay, because I don't know. It does. I think the whole deal stinks to me, and it doesn't. And I just think the goalposts have been moved. And I think as fans, we just accept anything now. Do you know what I mean? So look, if it happens, of course I have to accept it because I won't have any choice. But I'm not going to be happy about it. I'm just going to I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to be like, okay, well, it's up to you to prove me wrong. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to what's the word? I'm just trying to think. Yeah, it's not like I'm going to be like, well, at the end of the day, if he does a madness and proves me wrong, I'll be very happy because I want my football club to be successful. So look, I hope it happens, but I can't pretend and live in cloud cuckoo land. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing at the end of the day. I just think, look, we've been through nearly a year of this wholesale process, and I was under the impression. Now, look, I won't lie, I wanted Qatar. Qatar's my first choice because the whole money and the investment, and who wouldn't? Let's not kid ourselves. There's nothing bad about it. Of course, people have their own issues, human rights, and all that stuff, which I think's a bit silly because at the end of the day, Qatar own half the bloody UK, which is the fact of the reality. But look, of course, we don't like certain things, but us, the West, we're not exactly innocent. Do you know what I mean? So it's all just a bit two-faced, isn't it? What can you say? No billionaires squeaky clean. I think we all know that. And look, I've said this before, if Jim Radcliffe was going to buy this club fully, or even the 50%, I could have lived with the 50, like I said before, with the Glazers sitting there with 20%, not involved in anything. They have no power. They're just collecting a bit of money. And I hate it, but I could live with that. Do you know what I mean? So I even, the 50%, which apparently couldn't be done, but apparently the 25% can. I'm not going to say I'm an expert. I don't have a clue. I'm not. And look, there's people that know a lot more than me. And maybe there is stuff that I don't know. But at the end of the day, I just think the whole thing stinks. I think, for me, from my heart, the whole fan base, the whole club needs a clean break. It needs to be Glazer free. Not Glazer free in 10 years, not Glazer free in 3 years. I get all this, they might go in a few years, but I'm not going to. 3 years is too long. It's too long. And I'm not being funny. It's not as though there's so much competition now. Do you know what I mean? There's so much competition. And yes, we are Man United, we generate the best. And obviously City have cheated, we know about all that. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of competition. I don't think this Radcliffe's going to be up for it. His track record anyway. Yes, I know Nice's second, and he's probably, he's a clever businessman. I get all that, But he's still going to have to work under the Glaziers with Joel and fucking Afran there. It's not all this pie in the sky. It's going to be okay. Don't you worry, Jim, and we'll fix it and all that shit. Get a bit of duct tape on the roof, like I said. It just stinks to high heaven, this deal. And I'm not going to lie. If it happens, I'm going to be very down, like I was when I heard, obviously, the Qatar thing, and they said they'd walked away. I can't do anything. It'll be up to them to prove me wrong. But I'll just be very kind of keep an eye on United, see how we're doing, see how it all pans out. Won't really just observe. I'll just watch and observe at the end of the day. That's all you can do. But yeah, I just think we're lowering our principles. We're lowering our standards again. We're accepting more rubbish because I think a lot of them are like, oh, well, I think everyone's just fed up and they're like, well, if it's the only way, blah, 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 it'll be okay. I just think you can't really say it'll be okay. Do you know what I mean? You can't know if it'll be okay because you've got to see how it all pans out at the end of the day. Like you could say we don't know it won't. But I'm sorry, I think anything to do with Glaziers stinks. And this club, for me, for the fans to be united and the whole club, again, to just be reunited and everything to feel good. If this Radcliffe deal goes through, it's still a divide, isn't it? We're still going to be divided. Just see, it's not going to be... Can you imagine if Qatar took over? Right, it would be like we'd won the fucking treble again. Everyone would be ecstatic. Of course, we're not silly. We know that it doesn't mean we're going to suddenly be like Man City or, you know, we know it will take years for the infrastructure to be built, the ground. We know that. That's not going to be a quick fix. None of this is a quick fix. And I've said that before. I'm happy to wait, knowing we've got good owners. I don't care, because I know it's going to take time. I'm not silly. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's just like, yeah, we just needed a clean break. So you can imagine what it would have been like. Everyone would have felt good. It would have been nice to have felt good about it. Do you know what I mean? And this Jim deal going through, if it goes well, and if he does a madness, and it does a craziness, and the Glazers let him do what he wants, and it all works out, and you can say, look, Susan, haha, I told you so. I will be come here and eat humble pie, and I will be like, look, you were right, I was wrong. And I'll be so, do you know what, I'll be so happy to be wrong, because I want to be wrong. I just want this club to be all right at the end of the day. I think you all know that. But I'm just not naive, and I'm not silly. The whole thing stinks to me, do you know what I mean? So, like I said, we just need to be reunited. And I just feel it's another division. It's more division. It's not what we want, really. And we can't kid ourselves. I know some fans are trying to be positive and all that, but don't kid yourself. Just when someone shows you who you are, like the Glazers have, believe them. This club, I know we're Man United, and we can run. We don't necessarily need Qatar. We could run ourselves. But what people don't kind of get is and understand, our ground is rotting. Our infrastructure, training facilities are rotting. Everything is substandard. What was it? He said, oh God, I can't remember his name. One of our youth players who went to Reading, said that Reading's, I think it was their academy or training ground or something, was better than ours. Reading. Just let that sink in. That's Reading. So that is they're not even in the Championship, are they? I think not, though. They're further down. I mean, come on, we're Man United. This is pathetic. We're the biggest club in the world. This is why I look at our fans and I think, come on. We're supposed to be we are one of the biggest clubs in the world, if not the biggest. And you're settling for all this shit and mediocrity. Do you know what I mean? It's not good enough. We deserve much better, you know, a lot better. Like I said, with Jim Radcliffe, it's a full sale. I don't care. Look, I want Qatar because I think it would be a good lot of investment up front and everything. But I would have been fine for Jim Radcliffe full sale, and even the 50% I could have lived with, because I know he would have had all the control and he could have got on with it. I know he's a clever businessman and he would have known what to do, Mercedes and everything. So I get all that. But this stinks. The Glazers are still hovering around. It's like a big black cloud over the club. So I'm not going to sit here, jump and do cartwheels and all that shit. I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. So I'm not going to be happy, and I'm not happy about this. I'm hoping it's not going to happen. There's still hope. Just going to see what happens, see how it all pans out, you know. But look, if it does, it's up to him to prove me wrong. But I'm just going to observe, sit, relax, observe. I'm not going to get worked up anymore. I have no control over what's going to happen. But I'm just giving you my thoughts and feelings. All I'm saying is, don't let the media fool you. It's all PR media. Neil Ashton and the Glazers, they love it. They love spinning this fan base around like plates. Spinning us. What I would say is, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Use your eyes. What you see, believe it. You get promised you're going to get Harry Kane, you're going to get this, that, the other. It doesn't happen. Believe things when you see them. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Don't believe PR and bullshit and get spun. Just see what happens. Anyway, I'm going to finish off my drink and go and watch the show. Just try and forget about Man United. I'm having a good holiday. I think it's good on my way. Look, I can't do anything. All I'd say is just use your eyes and just... You don't have to jump up and be all positive. Just, you know, there's nothing wrong with being negative. This isn't what we wanted. Let's not kid ourselves. This isn't what we wanted. It's shit. So let's not sugarcoat it. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's just see what actually will happen, because nothing has happened yet. And let's cross that bridge when we come to it. And let's see how it all pans out. But, yeah, I'm not happy. What can you do? Not a lot. I'm just saying how it is. Take it easy, eh? Good night, everyone. Have a good one. Bye.